So if I ever met a ranger where I apparently just got told rangers are at large parks, I already knew that. But it's these rangers are supposed to be at all parks, so I heard they're assigned to. And so it's kind of like a town planner. A lot of people don't know of them. I'd like to meet one of them too. And I guess that how the town came about is important. Where goes the town hall, and the rest is history. No, but for these rangers, it's this thing in cross training, another word of cross, where there's like, I don't know, this huge kind of ordeal within a park system. And so if you didn't know, there's a ranger in a park. It's like with the governing system, the CIA. I heard all parks are their the CIA's federal government asset, and it seems like the CIA put the FBI in front of them, because I've always seen like FBI having these toy badges. So I wonder if the CIA has a gift shop. It almost seems as though it's been commonplace just by not saying anything, but hearing the FBI, everyone talks about them first, like they're put in front as a crash dummy for the CIA to hide behind. And this is what all around countries, they view the United States as. The presidents keep getting swapped out because George Washington didn't want a permanent government state of a higher authority. But the CIA, from other countries, world leaders, it looks like they're doing just that. And so that's what they're focused on. But you're not supposed to talk about what they're doing. And so this whole cloak and dagger thing is like fly by night. But when it comes to what animals are doing and the expansion of like small towns into country, the animals were here before us, so I'm not worried about them. But at the same time, they don't know what to do because they keep getting pushed out, and that's a good thing for landscapers. Landscapers, they have an easy time planting stuff because the animals don't dig it up with their horns. They don't dig up seeds. In the country, you have to plant so many things because the deers keep sniffing out the seeds and plucking them up with their antlers. That would be a great thing to understand why. But more importantly is that's the thing with space trash. It goes up, and parallel to that, it's just left there to culminate, and it's not going to get pictures taken of because that would ruin the operation with new satellites going up. And so that's overwhelming, because obviously it would have to do something with changing the weather, even though it's always changing in Wisconsin a lot. And when you see someone taking a picture, you know that it's perfectly fine to throw up your camera and vlog, because now you're part of the club. Join the club, everyone. No, but really, that's the softest intro I could ever do, because let's be honest, whenever you're about to vlog, you take your thing out and from like your pocket, and then you put your arm up. If it's at the corner of your eye and you're seeing someone do that, it could be any number of amount of things. And when this is the case, it's these things that you hear the words of and you're not quite sure, but you know they're important, like exoneration. I think that's a good thing, but it sounds a bit like execution, so it might be completely the opposite of good. And the other thing, gentrification. Gentrification, I don't know what this is, and it's the same context where it could be like really like bad. It sounds really important, right? Because cation is like I'm not going into roots of words, but if you know some of them, you can get a bunch of it. And this is a giant line where consumer reports are real important. And I'm not here to push products, but just the understanding where if you've done something more than once, it can make a world of difference of knowing what. And this could seem like it's a problem. This streak on here, you would look at it at first sight and think, oh, this is a deformation in the factory outlet pushing a faulty product. No, you would be remiss, because if you stayed at enough places or had enough tissue boxes to know that, this is a sign that you're almost at the last bit of them. And this is huge inside of hotels, because in a hotel you get room service like once a day in the morning. And so like if you want tissues and you don't have to call the front desk for more, you would think that, oh, I know that this box has been used a bit, I'm gonna overuse the last bit so I get a fresh one. No, they would already know, those room service people, because it has this blue streak on it. Only problem is that this blue streak, it does stick onto other ones, so you might pull out more than one. And also, it's like this giant thing where you would be mad and angry if you saw this blue streak on it. Like, I'm not using this tissue, it's got blue stuff on it. But if you know that if it's a privilege for yourself, you're more apt to adapt to it and feel comfortable with the stain in knowing that it's a good thing. And this is the whole concept of cross-contamination and why I'm so huge on diagonals. Little fun tidbit on soap. If you really need it, and like you didn't know that shaving cream, when you put it off your face, if you use like water and a hot towel, then this water and hot towel is gonna double in with those little bits of shaving cream on your face, and it acts as aftershave. Like, seriously, you don't need to buy a separate product for aftershave, and apparently you don't even need to buy soap, because it acts as one when you add in just a bit of water on a hot towel and rub it on your face. The benefits of this is, well, now you've got soap and you think you didn't. And so why I'm so big in diagonals, it's like this giant thing where you would think these complex systems are really super advanced, but no, it's these fine things with the word cross contamination. They can totally be handled with a diagonal, because there's diagonals on a plethora of stuff. And if I was to describe anything, it's with like genes. It's the opposite of the law, because when I look at someone, I can almost, without getting like psychic or mysticisms, is where I almost can tell where their ancestors are from 80% of the time. Not with everyone, but with certain people. And I think I'm reading their genes, not the Levi genes, but the genes are like the only thing that are in the inside and the outside of the body, because of the skin. And so that's like an acquired thing. Opposite from the law would be the exoneration. When you're at like a deficit, then you're relieved. It's really like neat to tell them like that on someone, and I think that's what subliminally we're all doing, and it isn't bad. And so what do you think of when you hear the word cross? Is there's cross-faded, cross-promotional. I handled the video yesterday, talked about a Cleveland site, and that just doubled for baggage and bondages to all act as, well, I guess cross. When you cross-fade something, it's these people who do like narcotics and alcohol. This is what Ozzy Osbourne said, dope and alcohol, caffeine and nicotine. You know, these are, both of them together make protein. John Daly told me that. No, but cross-promotional, that's CrossFit. Cross-promotional would be that the malt liquor company of Hurricane, as no surprise that there's other companies that are named Hurricane, and I don't know, it's a sign, it's clearly not a sign of the times because they're still in business. One hasn't sued the other. So these words of gentrification and exoneration, you know, they really get legs when you don't know in law what isn't allowed, but when you do, it's like, oh, I guess they're a partner company.